how to make custom items. And yeah, so we're going to learn how to make custom item mods here. And I am Midget Enderman. The program I am using is Droid Edit. And I have a template in the description that looks just like this. But it will need some editing so that your mods aren't all just like the same mod and that you can actually make mods. So first, you're going to want to write, well, if you're writing it from scratch, capital M, O, D, capital P, and capital E, dot, set, no capitals, capital I, in item, and then parentheses, and now here where it says ID, since it's an item, you have to change it to something over 500. So 500 or over. So we're going to change it to 510. Textures are a bit trickier. You're going to need to, well, unless you have all the textures memorized, go to the internet and look up, well, just look up texture names. This website was actually made by the developer of Block Launcher, so it works very well, as you would imagine. But it does this sometimes when I leave it alone. So what we're going to do is we're going to here it is. So yeah, texture names in Minecraft PE. Now, all of these are blocks, even those flowers right there. So you're going to have to keep going until you get past the apple. Because the apple is where the items actually start, and you can't set an item texture to block texture, sadly. Now we're just going to want to do blaze powder. If you copy and paste, make sure that you do not have spaces in any of these quotation marks, because you need names like this in quotation marks, and I'm pasting it on these 4 Qs. Paste. Blaze powder. There you go. Now, texture data sounds more complicated than it is. It's just that little number right there, right next to the actual texture name. And, well, let me show you an example. They're all 0, usually, except for if you're going to have a different kind of tool, like gold or diamond, or a different color of wool. So this one, for example, is just 0, because it doesn't have any variation that I want, really. So name, how about useless powder? Works enough. Now, that's all. This one line right here, this is your item. But you see, it doesn't do anything yet, and you want it to do something. I'm guessing. So, in the next line over, just write function, no capitals, space, use item with capital I in item, space, parentheses, x, comma, y, comma, z, comma, then item ID with a capital I for ID, comma, block ID with capital I for ID in, and then comma, and then side. Don't know why it says that, but you know. Then parenthesis, and then the squiggly little parenthesis saying right here that you have to put at the bottom as well. Then you're going to write if, no capitals, space, parentheses, on both sides, item ID with capital I in ID, then 2 or 3 equal signs. Then you're not just going to leave this ID, just like you left the first line. You're going to write it of your actual ID, of course. And then another squiggly thing that's also at the bottom. And then inside both those squiggly things right here, write capital P, player, dot, well, you don't have to write these, but dot set, capital C, can, capital F, fly, parentheses, 1, and this thing, which ends it all, yeah. And that's just player.setCanFly, which makes it fly when you hit the ground, but it doesn't make it stop when you hit again, and it doesn't take away fall damage. So be careful. Another one, client message, with a capital M in message, and client is spelled CLIENT, and message is MESS, age, AGE. And then these parentheses, and then these quotation marks, and then message, so that you know. And then in this message, you can write whatever you want. I'm just going to write useless for the sake of time. Then you're going to want to click Save As, and make sure you write your name and then put .js at the end. But I already saved mine, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click Save. Then go into this and manage Mcpe scripts. And tip, well, it has to be in the file that you put it in, and also if it messes up the first time that you click it, you're going to want to, and you fix the error, save it, of course save it, and then click, and then you have to reapply it to Block Launcher. Now you're going to have to use some other mod to get it. No, 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 no! No! Okay, this isn't really working for me. We're gonna get in that building though. I hope my phone doesn't die first. It's probably gonna die any second now. Go look, a zombie. That's fun. Oh no! Stop freaking out. Okay, now we can do it. So I'm using full single player commands. So give, and then the thing, and then next, and see, I can't fly. Hit the ground. Oh look, I can fly. So this was Midget Enderman. Don't forget to like and subscribe.